reimbursement,
Maybe
like 45 cents to the mile or reimbursed, or
set by the state.
that is set by the state.
It's 7.5 or something, right now.
No, it's like 72 now.
MHSA does.
Huh?
The MHSA doesn't listen to the state. I get reimbursed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we had
You
it.
get more, you mean?
No, not so much. That's.
Your labs.
We have enough to get going, don't we? Did you see Mike go by the way? Was coming.
No, he's not. Right.
Oh, okay. Ready to roll, 6:02. Okay. See. Mr. Putnam.
Lori said she was.
Lori. Okay, yep, and anybody else, Lori, Greg, Mike?
So just Mike and Lori are not here, right? And then Greg will be here, right?
No, Greg will not.
Oh, Greg,
That
not.
Greg will not.
Oh, that Greg is
Yes,
not.
this one was on it.
What's Greg's last name?
Hunt. All right, any public comment to get us rolling? None? All right, moving on to minutes.
I'll motion with good one.
I have a question about, so I have a question about the 11,000. Well, actually, maybe we could just talk about it with business. It's not really about the minutes.
Okay,
Never mind.
okay, you have a motion, any support?
Fine. Yes, I do.
Okay,
I support it.
any other discussion on the minutes? Corrections, any comment?
I do.
So, yep.
All in favor? We're still reviewing. I'll pause.
You know, I think maybe this is part of the discussion. So my question is, and I tried to review the video and I had to speed through some of it to get through and I didn't see the last packet. So I don't have, unless it's in here, the budget for Summerfest.
This is what was given to us.
Oh, just that?
And then we talked about it and we were up to, and we basically agreed up to 11,000 was what I think the motion was.
Okay, so that includes everything that we've already approved for Summerfest. So this 11,000 includes,
I believe
the
it was
new budget
because we
for-
didn't have a dollar amount for Whittle at the meeting before, and that came forward in the last meeting.
Yeah.
okay.
I do believe it included everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we had $1,500 in the budget, but of which we spent some of, that was. It ended up being last year's, okay, and then we had. Band's deposit, tent deposit, sound system consult.
We haven't done any band for this year. That was,
I think we sent it the deposit for the.
For the tent and stuff.
This is,
I think I some.
yeah, 2026, so 2026, we had $1,500 for. We had $1,500 budgeted. And then we also. I believe the sound system consult is,
Oh, the sounds, the city.
so that's the
sound
city, okay,
system.
so not that one.
Yeah,
And then we had Summerfest bands deposit and Summerfest tent deposit.
We made a motion to allow a deposit for the bands, but we have not given any money to the.
I
Oh,
understand.
I just want to make sure I don't know what
We
you're.
did a tent deposit.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, all of this is part of the 11,000.
Correct.
So there isn't a band deposit of 2,000 and a tent deposit of 1132, and then an original Summerfest dollar amount of $1,500. Like, all of that is all in here, and we're not,
we were,
all of these items are just a part of this budget.
I think it might make more sense, to, I mean, how is that written? The motion support, I believe the motion was for an increase in the budget amount.
I don't think we had a budget, because remember.
We didn't have.
Okay.
You wanted
So
to
I
bring
think
it
that
back.
kind of
with all
more what we
budgets.
were doing was setting,
An original budget. I think the fifteen
Yeah.
hundred is like the one that is every.
so I think maybe the word to,
Yeah, but the 1,500, I think is like.
Yeah,
what
we have
do
year over
every
year, we've had $1,500 that, and then last year we added band and lots of things. And then this year, yeah, and then this year we approved deposits to be made. The band, we approved that in October, and then the tent deposit we approved in February. But I just want, I want to have clarity that this Summerfest, that was our original budget of 1,500, and these two other deposits, this is all part of the 11,000.
Because normally the 1,500 I was doing, I'm not doing it anymore. It's all in here.
Okay,
That was your question.
that is,
That's it.
that's, yep, so that is.
And I'm not
everything
doing
for-
any of that others. I mean, we're doing it all together.
Okay, perfect.
I
Alright.
wonder if to be spent is a concern? Or do you want it to say budget, like,
Yeah, up
budget,
to
a
11,000.
budget was set up to, maybe
11,000.
more specificity would be better there.
I think it does say up to 11,000 to be.
Up to
spent.
11,000 to be spent. Yep, so then that clarifies all my question about it, because what I wasn't sure is like. We had almost another, what, 5,000 on top of that in things that we'd already. approved.
Yeah, that was nice. That was the total.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, and I'll adjust that for the next meeting in our budget document.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report?
Okay, so the only thing that's added since the last treasurer's report is deposit on 331 of interest of 132.44. And then what's not on here is the Brink retirement party that was approved at the last meeting. I'll add that for the next meeting, and then also the Summerfest adjustment. Cause I wasn't sure about that, so those will be added on the next report.
Okay, I'll move to approve as printed.
I'll second.
Motion and support. Any more discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries. All right. Face forward. Facade grants. Page 11. Let's see, got one for Dawn. One for Lisa. And these pages that you gave us. Oh, this is for you, for yours.
Is that going to Vegas?
I'd say paper, but it's looking like it's more confusing than you said. I'm like, now I'm looking, I'm like.
Doing the two sides.
Sides and I hate them.
But it would just.
Feel a treat
Yeah.
today, so.
Okay, so since we're in the phase forward as getting money, I'm going to abstain from voting. Is this gonna cause a problem because of work?
Just in one of your meeting.
Cause see, I have a vested interest. I have to abstain from voting
Yeah.
for or against anyone. That's my thing.
And
And she also has one.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not planning on voting.
there goes your forum.
Yeah, no quorum. We can move it to next week, next month.
The table.
It's
Let's
just sad,
table
'cause I
it.
wanna get our.
Here's the thing, you could do that, or you could, in this meeting, call a special meeting that works for everybody. Try it.
We really put off putting our doors in, because. But
That might be the option.
Well, as the chair, you all discussion.
Right, I'm just wondering if that sounds like something that everybody would be able to make, it would be rather quick, that would be the only thing, whatever you put on the agenda for your special meeting, that's the only thing that you would discuss.
But we wouldn't be going, like,
You and I
going anyway.
We just have to have.
Unless there's
Everybody
other
else-
ones.
Oh, everybody.
I think there's more than just yours.
You have to be on record of saying.
Oh,
You have to have everyone show up.
I
we
see.
would do that, but we could say, oh, I don't want to do that one, I want, it's just the right thing to do for us.
Oh, I
because
don't
we have
care.
Financial
I,
gain.
You just have to have.
It's just like last month with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
With the match.
Well,
Yeah, and a quorum at a special meeting is.
Yeah, I mean, everybody have to agree that they're gonna be.
Mike would have to be. there.
7 AM. So.
No.
Ah, no.
Still,
You just have to have one other person, one other.
I mean, I
person.
can- Not really.
What's that?
Well, Thursday, well, Fridays are not bad, Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays are back in the
If
fiscal.
we did it, I mean, it's gonna be quick. Everyone will have an opportunity to look at these prior. And so you can kind of, have questions and whatever ready.
As long as I got a couple days advance notice, I can usually fit in on my schedule.
What about the schedule for the room? Like if we did a,
Not, this week. We're gonna try.
no, talking like in a week or two. Next week would be great.
Can't do it next Tuesday.
What about Wednesday?
Wednesday should be good, 'cause I think the library's here on Monday.
Then maybe in the meantime, you could text. The folks who. Couldn't make it and just double check to see, the since the quorum is gonna be. Are missing people, it's gonna be necessary. All right,
Oh,
Lori, Greg and Mike, Wednesday at. How
We're
soon
saying
can you be here?
The sixth.
I don't know if I can. Oh,
So
If you
Wednesday.
can.
I think you just put it out there and see who can
I'm
come.
just gonna send
Um,
it to everyone.
We have, do we have to have this, we have to have a special meeting though, I scheduled
to
in this
announce it
meeting, I
so many-
think.
So many
Oh,
hours.
you should.
So that's what I'm saying, it would be. If we call a special meeting tonight and set it without making sure we have a quorum. We still. We're kind of committed. That's the only reason why I'm stalling with it, just to see what.
Be next one, Jamie.
that's that's Lori's birthday. I don't know if she's got any. On the
Well,
sixth?
you have pretty
I'll buy her
quick
some
meeting
rangoons after.
Oh, yeah.
At 6.
I'd be tight. I'd be like 6:15 probably. I've got a 5.
So that for 6:30, it's gonna last a half.
Yeah.
6:30?
Yeah.
6:30 would work for me.
Good try.
Don't you only have to give 24 hours of this?
Yes.
I mean, so
18 hours.
18 hours, so make sure you get a quorum. And say, we'll do it then if the quorum's in, sorry. Sorry. This- little history.
Pull
it out.
in the dark
So-
shadows.
I just sent a text to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to
So-
decide to the end of the meeting, but then that way it's in the minutes, because if any of these folks that are also in here that aren't present. I don't want anybody to get bent out of shape there,
I took
and
mine.
feel better.
Said everybody need to know answers.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't get back.
Okay, so then that puts us at. There's a lot of these. Okay, 61. I think, I think so, and it should be facing up. Probably. Not even buttons, right back and.
You know,
Okay, this is confusing, Tim.
I know. What I'm doing, I'll put it on.
Wait a minute,
In the
okay.
top right corner,
Just see that, so I'll put them.
top right corner, item number.
What?
Look at the top right corner, you're looking for item number 4.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. I like that.
Page 61.
There we go, got it.
Thank you, okay. Okay, all right, number 4.
Sidewalk quote.
Where exactly?
Page
Page
66,
66.
Oh, no, I'm saying where exactly are these things that were.
oh, where's the sidewalk at?
Where the sidewalks are.
Grand
River and
Says
from.
Crum Street.
Front of you got, front of your.
Says north side of Grand River.
Roosevelt, all around to Northway.
So Roosevelt Road to around, Bud Next.
Oh. Is it down that side road then too?
There's the sidewalk on.
Yeah, ends like at that light post.
Do we have to get more than one bid?
That's what I was wondering too. Do we?
Good if we could get them.
I know.
Okay, okay.
Got three other calls out for quotes and.
Did we do this once before? There was like a clause about asking and how long, like limitation on. What, was there not? That's when I first started.
Will be, oh, you mean
Like-
in your bylaws or something?
Yeah,
I do think one time we couldn't get enough quotes and have let it go. But
we had something about waiting so long to RFI it essentially, and
I
then,
think he had to notify him a couple of times and then he got. I don't know. if
We have
it's
the
in our
quotes from
rules.
last year. But we haven't gotten any position.
is Bearstone on your list? For a quote? I said that I'd get back to you.
Okay,
I can get you a good number for them.
okay. I said, yeah, Oscar, Avon, and, well, them are the three. we don't-
I know, but it doesn't surprise me if Avon Hospital.
So this is the one that helped with the traffic.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Casey.
He's the
Yeah.
one who's gonna be
He
from
seems to
the
be.
memorial.
And he's local.
Yeah, and I feel like
Oh, yeah.
local, and he also has given us good prices, I think, when there were, so price compared.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we can read up on,
Yeah. But I'll see if there was a bit in there.
how we got around it. When did you reach out for the first time? Greg said that?
Nowadays, but whatever.
Last week, when I did the quote. Last week, so
Yeah.
then the Friday before.
Okay, okay. So I guess we just need to keep trying to get a hold of. And then look at it in our next meeting. To see if we get anything else back to compare it.
Does this have a deadline? Does this have an expiration date? His quote?
I don't.
That'll say,
One.
that'll say expiration. isn't it? Usually they're at least what, 30 days, Dave?
Yeah, a lot of times they are 30 days. Nope, I'm not seeing the expiration date. Maybe you could,
Casey's usually feel good about. it.
okay.
Yeah.
That's when they're waiting for us to.
Supposed to be done this year anyway. right?
Yeah, but
Is that-
sometimes there's an expiration date of like 30 days
Oh, that's
to
it?
sign the contract, or not to do the work, to sign the
Okay,
contract.
Just hold the bid.
The prices are only good for a short period of time.
got it.
And then it has to
Okay.
be rebid.
Table that for now.
So I'm saying table until next meeting.
Bring that up to the special meeting.
If we put on the agenda, we can discuss it again. Let's
If we-
revisit.
Yeah, if we get the quote.
If we get
for
the-
it, if not, I won't.
We can revisit it
Mhm.
quickly. City coaster.
So this is the posters that the city does every year. And with one side usually gets the movies on it, and the other side has gotten like the Wednesday night stuff going on, or sure if these are still going on, and then wanted to know what you wanted to put on that other side. And how much. These are posters that go to. Different things.
Everyone loved them.
So I do know that if we keep the music in the park, it is opening acts this year, no, open mics, it's all opening acts. And it, same
Well, you
time.
guys do your own though, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Obviously,
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just saying if you, I'm okay with it taking off, because we do have our own.
Yeah, cause I think what probably should do is put the summer stuff.
That's what I think too.
Cause you guys are, you're
Yep.
sit right
Yep.
next to ours.
Yep,
Yeah, I think,
I
and
think
then
it's
the
a good
Wednesday
idea.
night, if they're still gonna have the, I
Right.
don't know, if Twilligers is still doing the. Music on Wednesday and then burger night, usually promote that on there.
yeah, I think you blow up Summerfest on that side.
Yeah.
Put a lot more stuff on it.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea, because we do. I'll show you a little bit,
And I think this is gonna be in the
We already
street,
have.
right?
so.
Yeah, I mean, this is last year's.
Yeah.
So it'll just be, I just didn't, we wanted to make sure we had what you guys want on the other side of this. You want it to be, all of Summerfest stuff, like, bullet points, or you want everything on there?
Didn't you?
They're not this big, so.
Yeah, you did everything. Did you do everything last year?
I
I felt
not
like I,
everything, we didn't have like all the little things that were going on,
Oh.
just kind of did the,
But
Take
2
that
years
as,
ago, we did have Summerfest on one side.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really helpful.
But I think there'll be more things out there for every little detail, it's hard to get.
everything on one, yeah,
And people keep them to read, like,
yeah,
I feel like these are like good date things, like, they'll put it on their fridge and be like, oh, that's the dates of you. They not so much everything that's gonna happen.
right.
Yes, so I do wonder if like, okay, so movies in the park had a lot of real estate on this. Do we do more Summerfest, like, could Wednesday
Like,
Yeah,
with
in
the
the
band
first
stuff,
go to
or-
this or something?
Put the Wednesday nights on the movie.
Especially
Yeah.
if it's on Wednesday night, the movies are, aren't they?
Yeah.
That would
Oh,
make sense.
even,
Yeah.
perfect,
They just
yeah,
put it at the bottom of the,
yeah.
that's on Wednesdays, that would make sense. Take off the music in the park and that stuff, because we have our own posters, and the farmer's market. Well, it's called community market now, but
But that's only during special events now, right?
it's gonna be during music in the park and special events.
Oh, it is gonna be on Facebook. Oh, that's not what I told you.
Yes.
Yeah, so that Wednesdays in the Bird, if, so movies in the park is on Wednesday as well, it's almost like it could be a day off. And yeah, and starting at dusk, yeah, I like. And then that gives some more room for.
Yep.
Summerfest and some of the activities going on there.
So you want like times and whatever, like,
I like the, that, like the times that are on here, I think times would be good, I mean, if I'm gonna take this home. and
Yeah,
remember
I
to-
agree.
To use this as my
right,
memory for the thing.
right.
Times would be good, otherwise I have to go look it up anyways, and then I would say, just put a QR code on it.
Right.
And actually, a QR
We
code
could
on
do
it
a
might be
QR
a good
code,
idea.
yeah.
For more detail that way.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
put things out
Put
there,
more
if something
things, yeah.
changes, like.
And then if
We
it
get
took,
more.
yeah, it took you to the page, if anything gets added, they would see that too.
Yeah.
There's some other thing.
Is there something, a QR code, or is there a page with from movies in the park?
They have it on the city.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
wonder about a QR code for movies in the park too, yeah.
Any other suggestions on that? Okay, moving on. Email from LBCA, page 71.
So this is after the last meeting?
Mhm. We had a special meeting. The LPCA. Because it was returned money.
So what's the action?
I think that, from what I gather, the change here is originally going back to the last meeting, we were not splitting widow. We haven't had any discussion about widow, I don't believe. LBCA was paying for tables and chairs, according to the minutes. And we were splitting porta potty, I believe. Historically, this
For
has taken a
historical
few
reasons.
meetings worth of items. So this is more of, this is an actual item because this is a change to what we've discussed leading up to now.
Okay.
And the way that I read it is now they want to split these three expenses. And then keep, or I think the big issue here was where the payments were mailed to, it really wasn't like and then you want to change your spend.
We're
So-
gonna give you more money
I think
and commit more money to the thing that we want to do now. Sponsorship and collecting the money for the LPCA. And that's what the board decided.
So I think this probably lends, or this lends to what we've been discussing in our meetings, some changes to what we were planning. And the, thoughts about that. So I originally did not totally read this that way. Cause it's a lot of words, but I think now I understand this a little bit more because
Because
we've looked into this.
Well, we had a.
We've read about that, we have read
as well.
it, where they pointed out that I think I maybe misunderstood it. So I didn't take away from this that, and until you forwarded me that it's less togetherness than before.
We're adding more money to your thing,
Which,
is helpful, I think, for your budget. But I think that's what we're comfortable with right now, yes.
and I think, so when I asked for that flyer, I was not reading this that way.
When you said
So,
flyer, I wasn't sure.
Because the flyer had been sent and we met and that flyer had to be reviewed and approved at that meeting that night because of printing or whatever, so we stayed, so I felt like that was like. Set in stone. I didn't realize that. There was still time.
So we didn't know until we came to that meeting that we were changing and sending the money to the city. And we can't make a decision for the board. We have a 9-person board. So when we left here, I can't make the decision to say, okay, I can't make this decision, or I can't. We can't do it without talking to our 9
Mhm.
people. So we went and called a special meeting and we sat down and showed them what was proposed, and they all know what was sent to you,
Mhm.
and that's what we came upon for this year. Doesn't mean we, moving forward, maybe we'll just find something else. That's what I think we're comfortable with.
Okay. My thought is. We have made a commitment to spend. Up to 11,000. As a board, everyone needs, aside from. It being very confusing how it was before, this is way less confusing. I think it's far cleaner. But sadly, it doesn't have the joint advertising. Like,
We're paying for.
no, I mean like, the flyer or whatever.
The flyer still is joint. It's just the sponsorship like thing that it doesn't
Yes.
have to.
Which, when we,
So it's, but
we-
the flyer to the public, everyone sees us marketing together. It's only the sponsors that you're contacting that sees different forms.
yeah, okay, maybe so, yeah, I mean,
The coasters will be as a joint thing. Everything else to the public is a joint thing. And we've committed half of the whittle because we think it's a good choice. So we've decided to put the money towards it. That's a joint advertising to the public. It's just the sponsors, what they see and who they make the check out are different.
okay. I'm
So you
not,
have separate, so,
We have different sponsoring folks.
right, so you'll have different slots for, and the marketing committee will come up with their sponsor plans.
Well, we,
Then the actual stuff that gets sent out, like whether it's people's doors or like the things.
Springtime fest.
Yeah, that's like, yeah,
Mhm.
so that's the other part, which is there. I thought,
this is a little bit,
I thought it was all together, like, all the sponsors were gonna get this
so,
5-page.
so we took the sponsorship form and we did our own.
yeah,
We
I
sent
didn't, yeah,
you-
I didn't understand all
I
that
sent-
from this, and I think it's because at that meeting we had afterwards. There was no discussion about any of it being in question. So I think I got this and I was like, okay, so then I was asking, because we'd already been sent the final form from Ed earlier in the month. I was totally confused. Feeling like that was final. So, I understand it more now. But I still think we have a ton of questions. Or a handful, Frank. I think.
Yeah, so I know, Dawn had sent a few questions. And, or no, I was actually, oh, Lori sent it too.
Yeah, I didn't get to that.
I think Lori just said.
Yeah, it was Lori, I didn't send it, I missed that meeting, I wish I didn't, but.
So any questions, you can ask us, but I can't answer for the board. So if it's something, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, you go ahead and ask them. But I don't feel like Ed can speak for the board. I don't think I can on some of this stuff. We've got to.
I think it'd be fair just maybe to say pass and then we'll. He can email,
Yeah, you can email him and I don't
That'll
want to answer.
but
But-
if there's any, you can ask them and then we know, and then we can decide. How we're gonna move forward with this, so that they know.
Yep, so Lori, again, she's not here right now, but so she asked, is money pooled strictly from sponsors? Is there other funds involved? And if so, where exactly do they come from? I was hearing, if correctly, the phrase, leftover sponsors from previous at one point. What does that mean?
Okay, so I did say the leftover sponsors I had put out for the music in the park. I got extra sponsors because there's music people. I said I would pass them along. I could call them, but I felt like it made sense to pass them along as sponsors that might want to sponsor the Summerfest.
And I think this next one is answered already, but new sponsors versus old. Anyone who has sponsored in the past, are they aware their sponsorship will blanket an event, or are they able to direct and say, I would like my sponsorship only put towards one particular thing? And if so, how is that clarified to the sponsor after the fact? So they will be able to.
That might be a little bit clearer now.
Clear in the forms, what it is that they're signing up for. It's,
We didn't have a form when we met. We had the original form.
Yeah.
We did not have this revised form. So
Should we all have this revised?
I
I'm
sent
not
it
even
to-
sure what.
I sent it
form
to
it-
her.
Oh, because it was last meeting and, yeah.
I don't think it's in the packet, but I think it's.
It was just a basically.
The same form as
as
before, only it just had our stuff on it. It was missing a couple things, but it no longer has LBCA on it. Is essentially what, that's how I came to the realization that what this meant.
And you can have the file and you can change it if you want to use it. It's up to you guys. It's in Canva. I can hand it over. You know what I'm saying? But our form,
And we can go back to the
Yeah.
drawing board.
right.
That's fine too. We can take it back and
But I know time's of the essence. So I mean, if you want to at least use it, you can have it. And if you don't want to,
And then the last question she had is that are financials clearly stated and tracked on a platform other than a generic spreadsheet?
I think she's talking about LBCA
Oh,
or ours.
Well,
I mean, ours
the
are.
city will be collecting the money for this and it will be on spreadsheet. We'll have it. So it's what we find when we find it.
so this is very similar to what we did with the looking glass. They collected their own money for the car show and stuff. We collected it for the pancake. We shared the sponsorship money. Kind of did our own thing but we helped each other with the expenses we got tables and chairs that we rented. It makes sense for you guys to use it. Do you know what I'm saying? These things, we have fortified. It makes sense to use it. So
And bringing back to Lori's question, she asked about revenue. So you got the bracelets, you got the portable tournaments.
that's
then
gonna be an option up there though.
Yeah, then the pancakes is just the donation money, that's all the, and I think entry fees for the car show. That's under revenue that.
We have a business expo too that we charge rental.
So those are the revenue, but she asked about revenues.
right.
Yeah,
So,
but if there are events, we would keep it just like the recipes would go to you guys.
Who's you guys?
I know that's,
The DDA.
Oh, I'm like,
yeah.
who's?
Are you competing?
Multi-hammer.
Like, who's you guys?
Well, and I
I'm
think
trying to explain.
with the. Like as far as the DDA, you want their sponsorship, it should be like a summer fest sponsorship, not, just the music or not just, you can't do that, because. This is supposed to be a fundraiser, so if you're sponsoring it, you take as much sponsoring as you can, not just covering the music.
I think we talked about
Very
that
fun.
too. Like, trying to, rein in the sponsorship a little bit that way. I think we
So
touched
you're
on
not,
that.
like.
But we were
You're
more talking
sponsoring the
of,
whole Summerfest.
Yeah.
From theirs, and they've got theirs with their sponsoring, but. You wanna make sure that the people know that they're sponsoring the whole Summerfest, not just a band because otherwise you cut yourselves off from money,
Mhm.
and that's what you're supposed to be doing is getting more money. It's a fundraiser.
do you know how much extra fundage that you had for sponsorships, or
I just had two people reach out to be sponsors, my sponsorships were set at 350 and 700. I don't know which one they were. And I can't tell you for sure they're gonna do it, but
Well, what
I
I'm
guess
wondering is,
honestly, I would just leave them in my bucket for next year, but it just makes sense for me to pass that along to whoever's.
well, what I'm wondering is what sponsorship that we did for music. The DDA. So if you have other sponsors, then DDA can use that money for our music. Maybe that would make more sense.
Okay, tell me again.
So she take the DDA's sponsorship for music in the park and
Which
take
is
it out of music in the
$1,000.
park.
And put my.
If it comes
Somewhere else.
close,
Okay,
if it comes close, and if
Okay.
it doesn't, if it's only
Okay.
350, then we just take the difference.
okay.
The only downside is the DDA won't be mentioned at music in the park. That's the only
It's
downside of taking that.
Suggestion for anybody to think about. It just might be cleaner is all I'm thinking. Because right now.
Okay, we
we have
we've
like a-
already worked on our coaster and everything and who's sponsoring what band and now I'm
But,
gonna.
but you have these sponsors that want to be part of a sponsorship of it.
They had
So,
that, I can do that if you want me to take the $1,000.
well, it'd be a group decision because that's already in the budget.
And then does the budget have to change now if? They're gonna be paying for some of the budgeted items.
That would be our spend.
$11,000.
I would still keep your budget 11,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just not gonna spend it all.
Right, yep.
Thoughts? How this weighs out.
I'm still trying to process everything that's happening right now.
And
I think the main thing right now that we'll get down to a timeline as far as things that need to be done is that.
That poster, getting
poster
the word out there.
Getting,
Get the
yeah,
word out in the
you know,
streets.
like deep down to the details. The same thing with our posters. It's like. We need to know times, we need to know bands, we need to know exactly what, so we can get these out there in enough time to give people.
So let me ask the question. So we give $1,000 to for the music in the park, but we're not mentioned that we're helping to sponsor that.
Oh,
yeah.
If,
Yeah.
she's saying is if you flip flop with the extra sponsor she has right now that she is not totally sure on amounts or whatever, which none of that matters. What I'm thinking is DDA, no matter what, has agreed to spend up to 11,000.
Right.
It doesn't, our sponsorships we're not hanging on the sponsorship to run the program. So more or less, we need to know anything that's time sensitive. So that is the one piece of this that we need to decide. How that pans out. So if we want to stay on the sponsorship and have the announcement, which I think is great. Fine. This sponsorship that she's getting, she's saying she's not sure they'll want to sponsor DDA. The bands for DDA. They may just want their sponsorship to be for LVCA. So what she's saying is,
And I don't have them for sure. They reached out, they said, I've had sponsors before, and I do feel both of them, maybe I'll be able to pull it now. But I know both of them. So,
And especially.
but I won't get $1,000 from them, but I don't know, I might get 700.
So both of you might get the house from both. If they both.
If they both go together, I'll get 700. So
like 350. So that, I was thinking. You met 700 and 350. So it
Oh.
essentially was
I
the,
have sponsors physically.
Okay.
So are you still working on sponsors for the music for Summerfest?
That's in the marketing.
Okay, so is marketing still working on?
Oh, yes,
Oh.
yes, for the,
Okay,
yes.
I don't know, I feel like we're doing a lot of what ifs. And we started planning earlier this year and I think that it's evolved. And maybe we just go with the split of the sponsorships, the way that they're recommending.
that isn't really on the table anymore, right? No, they don't want to split. And So,
I don't know, maybe that's what she's saying.
Rosemary's talking about the letter that we just got.
I'm talking about the letter. I'm
Yeah,
talking
she's-
about the division.
Oh,
I'm not the
she's okay
split.
with
Okay,
the
I'm not, I mean,
Yes.
the division of the sponsors as outlined where, you know, the pancake breakfast and the car show isn't gonna blend sponsorship money with
correct,
the DDA.
they're gonna have
And,
those
but
sponsors.
we have all of these expenses that we're both going to share. I'm inclined to say, let's just go with it. I mean, at some point we have to make a decision and we could keep splitting hairs a little bit. And I would be disappointed if we don't end up with sponsors for DDA because
Sure.
DDA, if we're doing an event, it is to be a fundraiser. And I understand LBCA that they do events and it's not to be fundraisers necessarily, but sponsorship, I think, to cover their expenses. That's the way I see the difference. And so I would like, you know, for us in the DDA to have sponsors to cover some of this expenses, especially for the music, because that's expensive. And I think it makes sense for us to cover all of these costs together, even though the LBCA will be working on sponsorship to help
Their
you know,
event.
their event. Yeah,
I think this is way cleaner than what we were doing before. Because I think I had so many questions because we were splitting sponsorships or having check boxes on a form. And we were taking the nut of the expense.
right. But I do think that my only concern is that that we have to support in that we have two groups getting sponsors for the same day.
So we did bring that up in our meeting and we did talk about it, and one of our board members is a downtown thing, and if you have a downtown business, you know, you're gonna get it up. And she said, one more person, it doesn't matter to me, I can say yes or no, and it's clear as to what I'm supporting, and she was okay with it, and that's. I mean, it is a choice, but you're gonna get hit up, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And this
too, twice.
that we, you know, gave you can do whatever you want, but it kind of lays out what you're getting for your sponsorship and who it's going to. I think it's clear.
And we can always change it next year. I mean, last year we were like pins and needles trying to last
No,
minute.
I agree.
And-
I
and
felt like
we
at our
learned.
last
We
meeting,
had
it
lessons
was more,
learned
way
and-
more rushed.
Yep.
Like, had we had a little bit of time to meet and discuss it and digest it, or wait because there was another meeting coming, I think that would have made good sense. So I apologize that we threw a wrench in the plan a little bit. So much so that you,
It really
Had to
threw me
change
for a loop,
things.
not gonna lie.
so, but I think that my only reason for that was last year did not go smoothly in
No,
the
it did not.
sponsorship
It was-
department.
it
It
was a
was
bit of a
very,
nightmare last year.
a little bit different than I assumed it was, or felt like it was going to go. So I like this, I do like this idea. I think this makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and I think at the end of this, then we say, okay, lessons learned. How did we fare? Did DDA actually do a fundraiser? And if it didn't, we can't come in as much money the next year, or we have to make adjustments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so is that a motion? Let's split.
Motion to split.
Okay, so I need to know, am I getting the sponsors? What is doing with that with $1,000?
Do they want to sponsor music?
I don't know. And they want to sign first, but I gotta reach back out to them. You know what I'm saying? They come in, they email, they're interested, it's full. So I've got to circle back to them. I don't.
I
know
think
if
there's too many questions to worry about it. I think that if you get those sponsorships and they don't care and it's just going to the kitty for LBCA, that LBCA should keep it. Cause that sounds like that's what the intended target was in the first place.
Possibility to be on WITL as well.
And then you
Decide.
give them the options. I guess you're gonna sort of wear two hats.
Yeah.
And then see what you think, what
Yeah.
they think.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
she has to wear two hats. She's on two
Yeah.
boards.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where's one hand, Lane's book.
Yeah.
Well, it's two boards.
So, however it plays out, I don't think DDA is gonna, like I say, it's already been approved, the spend has been approved. So I don't think,
Cause we already worked on the
There-
posters and stuff, and it would be hard for us to go.
Yeah.
We'd like to get them out if we
So,
can.
yeah, keep the DDA,
Yeah.
that way they
I
get
agree.
announced there anyway.
Yeah,
So, because we want to make sure people know that DDA is
Yeah.
growing and doing that. That's, to me, important as a city.
Mhm.
People know the DDA is doing stuff as well. And if you get the sponsors and they want to do music, throw them into the summer fest and that money goes to the DDA.
just maybe let us know, because marketing probably needs to have another meeting.
Yep, yeah, that's.
So we can discuss the form.
Yep.
Cause I think that there was quite a few suggestions and possibly even changing it. But that was for next year. Now we're gonna look at it for this year. But there's some questions that will need to be sort of addressed with how it will work and, somebody needs to probably get back to Gail if we're having general sponsors and not music sponsors. Those people might wanna know that, to be fair. Cause the marketing materials likely won't, other than the verbal, but anything printed isn't gonna say sponsored by whomever they are.
I was trying to get what day your guys' are sponsored. I can't find it. That we had you block.
But I think that I misunderstood what you meant about that amount, so I apologize. I shouldn't have even mentioned that. So we have a motion to split the three expenses up the 1 through 3 on Ed's letter here. The tent, the stage, lighting, the tables and chairs, porta potty, and the advertising on Will. I'll support it. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Page 74, this is from marketing. These are, I'm waiting for some answers on some questions about applicability to these painted pylons or there's a city called, barricades. I call them pylons, but, these are like an adhesive advertising. They're the length and height of the barricades. And, we talked about offering these to advertise on. The DDA would offer these annually to, advertise on. We are sure they're gonna last a season, but we don't know how much beyond that, and then picking them up and banging them around, how well they'll do into a next season. Well, our idea was if we executed this thought and tanks
Yep.
were still there the following year, that we could offer up that same space again with maybe just a small discount, like we might have to work through this because it's not totally clear. It is a masonry product. It is used, a lot of people use them for if they don't want murals painted direct on brick or block or concrete. They'll do like big sheets of these and print them. There's quite a potential, because we have a whole bunch of these,
Mhm.
to make them, there's discussion about painting them, just literally painting them all one color, because they're looking rough. Which still might work with this product. Like I said, I'm waiting to hear back, because I just found out they were being painted possibly. About how well this will adhere to a freshly painted surface. But essentially, these are, I think the picture says 2x5, I think the barricades are 2x6. Quite sure, pretty sure. So they're a little bit off,
Right.
but you can also take them and half them, do half advertisements or third advertisements, 2 foot by 2 foot advertisements. So this is an idea that,
Nope,
No,
concrete,
concrete
on
one.
restaurants.
These would like slap
And then-
right on.
That will definitely stick, cause we tried to put adhesive reflective tape on them. And the first time it rained, they fell off.
Fell right off.
This is.
This is a special product.
For that, it's actual for concrete, right?
Mhm.
people put it on.
You can put them on the ground too, and, what I was wondering is if the DDA wanted to do a couple to start it out. And check it out. And see how it went.
How much is it?
And
Did it say in there? Sorry.
our thought process was, if we test it out and it goes well. That we could offer a few more up. It's a pretty quick turnaround. But I was wondering what we thought about,
Oh my God,
Doing a
maybe
couple.
Two of the banners. so
that's what I was thinking.
I mean, honestly, I mean, I can speak on behalf of my real estate team and my restaurant that we would, I get.
Roll the dice and see how it
I'd roll the
goes.
dice, absolutely.
And what we could do is, what I wanna be careful of, cause I'd like to do one too, is before we offer it to everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So that's why I was thinking that the DDA one would be just like
Okay,
last,
Test it.
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that was my thought.
Any thoughts on what we would charge people if I should do it?
We're thinking 300.
Mhm.
Well,
Gotta see
depending on
them.
like 300
It's a
for
really
the
good
whole
deal.
thing, but you could split it
Yeah.
with other businesses.
And it'll make them look nicer.
Mhm.
So that's the other thought.
And actually, now that is it both sides of the concrete barrier?
Well, we talked about that, I think after was like, oh, we could do both sides, then you have the insides done, but that only. It would only however many you sold. And then
Cause it's 92 per panel, per
side,
side. okay.
yeah. So you're almost, I mean, I think potentially. This could be a really. Really good way to
Mhm.
fundraise.
I think you could actually charge more.
And I'm just,
I'm just telling you.
we're gonna put them on. Well,
Just like, no, you can only afford it.
Never mind.
Come on, and they work,
Yeah,
and then it comes July and they're falling off.
Right, I think
I'm-
we need to figure. out,
They're,
yeah.
they do sell a product, I'm looking at him because he's gonna be in charge of this. They sell a product separate from the adhesive that's used to reapply. So there is an opportunity
rubber cement.
to get it back
I would
on.
tell them they're getting a really good deal.
I'm
this
just
year,
like, this is
because
the
we're-
first year.
Yep.
We're rolling this out.
Yep.
No guarantees, but here we are. We've got wallpaper paste to fix it up if it falls off. No, there's a pretty, the company will come out, like. These are pretty fancy products.
They
So-
install them?
We install them.
Oh, we install them.
We-
Just,
Yeah. Right, yes.
We're gonna be out there.
all right, so devil's advocate. City owns the barriers, or the DDA owns the barriers?
City bills.
So the city's gonna be advertising and the DDA is collecting money on taxpayers' products. I'm being the devil's
Yeah.
advocate, just as mayor, I would have to deal with this crap. So I'm putting it out there because somebody's gonna call us like, why is my taxpayer money going? to
Can we buy 'em?
Somebody else.
Can the
25
DDA
bucks
buy
a
them
piece.
from the city? Could we take that to the next city meeting? The DDA selling to us, or for the city selling to us?
Could you rent them? Sorry, I don't mean to interject, but could you rent them from someone?
Yeah, we're only using them for the
Well,
summer.
you can do.
City and
Maybe
ask
some storage or
permission
something.
to-
Yeah.
That's what I.
I mean, it would be, I mean, the council would have to determine that, but I'm just bringing up the point that I'm
we
thinking in
could
the back of
do
my
that,
head.
But we
Somebody's gonna
start
piss off
with,
that we're using this, so
can we use them?
use.
What else do they get used?
The
Can we start with permission, and then if that doesn't go over
Well,
well,
you
then
wanna put like the DDA on it, right?
to start,
I'd be fine because that's part of Langsburg. So I don't think that would.
Stay in the
be an issue.
downtown district too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would be an issue, it's.
Yeah.
You're
that's
the
what-
right.
I think this thing needs to ask, since they are the city, and I think they'll go for it. I think it's a good idea.
I don't know enough about the board. That way to know the gauge, like you guys probably can. whether
Diedick would ask the same question today.
This would, no, it's a great question, I just mean like, when we send it, because. We'd kind of like to. maybe know. So we can order them ahead of just things that are going
You
on.
put in the coasters in front of them, wouldn't you put like this in front of them at the same time?
Yes.
Is that?
For the
The
city
city.
to approve the posters.
Oh, I thought-
Those are the city.
I thought, for some reason, I thought, oh, no, it isn't, never mind.
Would they need to approve the idea or approve
The use of the bear.
the use of the
I don't think we
barricade?
need the, I don't think we would need the approval.
You-
As long as you don't get deja vu on it. Right.
You
I don't want the
The city paid for the posters, isn't it? Right?
the city pays for the printing it though.
But it's always been these days.
That's also like an environment, an event at the city, so.
So the next meeting is before our next meeting. So we can just look at the spend then.
I mean, we'll, I
Because I
can
don't
put it
wanna
on
order them
the
ahead of
agenda.
Yeah, we can ask
You'll
them.
know whether you have permission to. By your special meeting.
We use it anyway, right? We're just, I mean,
We
I
do,
don't-
but he's saying like we would be using them to
advertise.
Yeah.
at,
If it was the
To
DDA,
fundraise,
just
to
add on there
fundraise.
for right now, I'd be fine with the DDA on there right now, because it's not really fundraising, we'll just pull down this.
yeah.
But it's when other businesses come in and that's the issue that I could see like somebody just.
Right.
God,
And
don't
basically
do-
like the taxpayers paid for the concrete barriers in the first place.
And now we're gonna use
Just
them for this.
Devil advocate.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, I mean,
But I
somebody's
gotta
gonna bring
put
it
it
out
out there for the city, so-
Somebody's gonna bring.
Cause you know it's.
I know it's gonna happen.
So someone will take it?
Yeah, we'll ask council next week,
Thank you.
and I don't see that being an issue.
And then we can put it on the agenda for the special meeting. Okay. Well. I think that's everything.
That committee report, movies and park ideas.
We were putting our heads together in the office about trying to really promote the music or the movies. So. Wondered if you guys wanted us to run with it and do the things that promoted, or if you guys had any ideas on promoting the movies a little bit more. We came up with a few things like, maybe having the characters, somebody dressed up as one of the movie characters, either give a movie.
Well, Disney movies are there.
Oh, I have no
Oh,
idea.
gosh, yeah, what's
That would
that?
be a dime.
The mayor.
What's that cost?
Just saying.
I was grimace every time.
We're doing, I know one of them is Hamilton, we are doing Hamilton.
Showing Hamilton.
Which we're kind of trying to do for everybody, because in the past, it's been a little, for the kids, and there's.
And
a lot of
it's
kids
later,
that-
kids like.
Yeah,
Wait,
and there's older kids that hang, that do come down,
My
and,
son loves Hamilton.
yeah, so I mean, like last year we did the Wizard one, the.
That Wizard of Oz. good
Yeah.
one, so.
Wicked.
Just, oh, wait.
Yeah, we took, cause the dance studio is the one gonna be running the movie, so,
Are they doing concessions too?
yes, they're doing the whole thing,
I-
so.
Are we giving them money to handle that?
Yeah.
How much are we giving them?
I can't remember
I
what,
think it was like 120.
I know we,
I got the golf to do a campaign last year.
but, sort of like, maybe having like a scavenger hunt before one of the movies, doing things like that to try and get, more kids from the movies, because some of the kids pretty low. So we wanted to ask you guys if you wanted to come up with anything, or if you just want to take it and run whatever we could do. I mean, possibly could cost a little bit of money if we do find that we need it. I just come back and ask if we. But I don't, most of the stuff was pretty. We were gonna see if the dance studio wanted to things like some.
Yeah, that's a super great idea. Then you get like younger people. too.
Yeah.
This is all for the Wednesdays.
Movies
Movies
and
and
movies, yeah.
And what is Jen doing? She's the one that's doing the movie?
Her dance studio is gonna be running it, so they're gonna
Oh.
be down there to set up and
Oh, nice.
do the little bit concessions that we do and then tear it out.
Okay.
Can we email you if we think of something?
I
Yeah,
do think,
yeah.
I do think Jen will
I think so.
the more getting the word out,
Mhm.
that would
yeah.
be helpful.
Yeah. And hopefully, you know, we reach out to them too, maybe the girls will
Mhm.
have
Right.
ideas of things to do for the movies. I know Cassie got almost all of them chosen, I don't have them. Like, so.
That might help us think of ideas too, if we know what they are.
Steph has a question.
Mario.
I'm sorry to keep. Maybe you wanna make a motion and set aside up to $500 for them to do promotion things, and I just picked 500. Whatever number, just so you don't have to come back, Kim, and say, oh, we wanna do this, it's gonna cost this much money, and have them go to a meeting.
You got a lot of money going now.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
was
not
gonna,
saying-
actually, I
I'm
was
saying if you
gonna
wanna
ask,
do
it
that.
used to be all sponsored. It used to be all sponsored, and so then I'm wondering, is there any possibility of having sponsorships about the movies, because the movies,
How much are they
We
costing
acquired-
this year?
we have budgeted $3,000. I don't know what the actual cost is gonna be, but it's not something.
Do you think we're gonna be able to do it for 3,000? Cause I was
Oh, yeah.
surprised when we did the.
We stay under, like we do, because I mean, it's all by the movie you choose, which sometimes you can't get the best movies, but. We usually try and like one of them is a lease night, or one of them's, you know, like we did the Wizard one last year, but we try and stay within that budget.
Yeah, check.
Today.
The lobby down here.
Maybe Happy Gilmore might be better.
Thoughts on spend? Um. Yeah, we don't know what movies yet, we don't know total expense.
No, I don't
So
even
we
know if we will have expenses, if we do, something comes up, I
Well,
was thinking. you know,
I would make a motion if there's any left over in the budget, that they can use that, because we've
think
already
it's
budgeted. the
Pretty much
3,000.
says movies in the
Yeah.
park, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just says movies in the park. I mean, it can already be spent without even
Doing a
voting
motion.
on it. Yeah,
Okay, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if there's any
Yeah.
leftover money,
yeah, because it doesn't specifically say for movies, it is for movies in the park. 3,000.
Does it come close? Okay, so you have a motions for. And the discussion, did you make the motion?
I didn't.
Will you? Would you be willing to amend your motion to add $250? $3,250. Sure. Support again, yes, I think. 3250, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. That way, if it comes to 2,999 for the movies, there's something there. And that'll get you through plans for the first movie,
Mhm.
at least, first, hopefully, video. Couple.
It's the weather that factors in.
Yeah, we, it was
it was so wet.
one movie that we keep bringing back, and it rains every time because
It's
it's
like
free,
bad
because
juju.
we've
I was gonna
already
say,
paid
okay,
for it.
that's,
Bad juju.
I was gonna say, so you don't have to pay for it the next year, right?
And every time, let's be the third year in a row, it's rained out, the same movie.
Any other business, board business, any other public comment? Do we want to get out of here? All in favor?
Hi.
Out of here. Thanks, everybody.